Hello everyone. Welcome to The Letter. I found this game while I was scrolling through Steam. I found this game while I was scrolling through Steam and I thought it looked interesting. This is a horror visual novel. I've never heard about it before. And I think it'd be interesting to play. Also, it is 1 a.m. Why I decided to play it at this time, I don't fucking know. Actually, correction, it's 1:20. At least in this episode. I might only record for an hour because staying up till 3 doesn't sound like a good idea. So my voice may be quieter in this video because I don't want to wake anyone up, but it's okay because it's a horror game. You know, spooky. Anyways, yeah, let's start a new game. Jeez. I don't know how to pronounce that. Ermengarde? The Ermengarde Mansion. Oh yeah, this is a horror visual novel. There's gonna be a lot of reading and talking, and I'm gonna have to do voices for the characters. And there's guy characters in this game, so don't really expect me to do good guy voices. I'm terribly sorry. It was built for Lord William and Lady Elizabeth Ermengarde of Luxbourne, humble ambassadors of peace and beloved by their people. I'm shit at pronouncing things, and I'm gonna warn you now. Both were well known for their compassion and generosity, never failing to extend a helping hand to anyone in need. Under their influence and wealth, what was once a small, sleepy village grew to a preposterous and bustling town. Ah yeah, because this looks like that. However, the seasons of joy eventually ended when the good nobles perished at the hands of the Great Plague. Sounds like 2020. Their riches and legacy were henceforth passed on to their only child, Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. Really hope I'm pronouncing their name right. The mansion has stood since the 1620s, a witness to a very long history of joy and pain. After Lady Charlotte committed suicide, the great house was eventually uninhabited. Ooh, storm effects. I might have this too loud on my headphones, but honestly, who gives a shit? And that is when it began. Oh, good. Lovely. Surrounding villagers spoke of seeing and hearing unearthly things, cries and howls that filled the night, and hearsay of a mysterious woman roaming the hollowed halls aimlessly. People who dared enter its walls were simply never heard from again. Even after 400 years, these stories remain, much like the house itself. Whispers about the once great house, its legend and its curse still fall upon the villagers' ears. In spite of this, the current owners are convinced that these stories are nothing more than a hoax. With little regard for the truth, they had Briar Realty Corporation place the property back on sale. Oh yeah, that's a great fucking idea. Very smart of you guys. Like Pandora's box, the secrets that lie inside await to be discovered by brave souls. Unfortunately, I am that brave soul. No matter what happens, take care to not be consumed by the curse. Good luck. See, I know this game, Isabella.
Hello? Isabella? Are you there? Where are you?
Please do not expect me to do an accent. A familiar jittery voice comes from the other end.
Oh, hey Rose! I'm at St. Goretti High. What's the matter?
What do you mean, what's the matter? It's the mansion, silly. I'm here and you're late. Jeez, we're on shift together. You promised. Oh my god, please don't tell me you forgot. You were planning on leaving me to check this place out on my own, weren't you? You chickened out.
Calm down. You know I take my promises seriously.
I'd like to believe that. So hurry up and get here. This place is huge. A bit too quiet since no one's lived here since, like, forever, but beautiful nonetheless.
Why are you so surprised? This isn't the first time you've been there.
I know. I just wish I could live in a place like this. It really takes my breath away.
She might die.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Not after the rumors that say it's haunted.
See, Isabella. Yeah, that's smart of you.
Jeez, never mind those rumors. Ghosts aren't real after all.
Oh yeah, Rose is definitely
And
dying.
even if they are, which they are not, they can't do anything. They're nothing but spirits.
You don't know that! They might be listening or watching right now, and they might not be happy with you enough to curse you.
No offense, sweetie, but that's a bit of a stretch.
Believe it or not, it's better to be careful.
Right. You know, not every property we sell will end up with a dead body stuffed in a sofa.
And
Some
I think
might.
that mansion is where we'll likely find another one. I can feel it.
Another? Ma'am?
That was one time, Isabella. Loosen up. Wait, just get here ASAP, please. I'm getting bored being here on my own.
Fine, fine. Let me just finish up here. I'll be right there soon.
Okay, see you. Bye.
So are they like high school students who work realty? She hangs up before I can respond. Rose, still charming as ever.
Who was that?
You know, my first instinct was that she kind of looks like Natsuki from Doki Doki Literature Club. Though I think this game was made before that. Emphasis on think. I guess I have... Do I have to give Isabel a voice? I look up from my phone to see Rebecca. Becca gives me a questioning look.
Oh, that? It's just Rose.
The one who trained you.
Rose? The one who trained you for your job back when you started?
You're working together again?
You're working together again?
Just for this property. We've been scoping out that big mansion down Ansem Village after the renovations. Today's sort of its grand opening to the public. The RC wants to give it one last check before we let potential buyers tour it this afternoon.
Hold on. Is this the same mansion you've been telling everyone about? Didn't you keep saying how it just gave you the creeps?
This game is so pretty. I mean, it's eventually gonna get very not pretty, but...
You actually went there? And you're going back?
Well, I did promise Rose I wouldn't ditch her. And besides, a job is a job. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
As soon as those words left my mouth, Becca lets out a soft chuckle.
What's so funny?
Nothing. It's just that I didn't expect you to say that. Coming from you, it sounds so out of character. I mean, no offense, but you've been freaking out ever since you got assigned to it.
Cursed rumors and all. I know I probably shouldn't be looking where I just looked, but the animation for the boobs were a bit odd. They had like the anime boob jiggle, but like it didn't feel right.
I honestly thought you'd back out.
Not all the time. I could really use a huge amount of cash right now, and this is just the fastest way to get it.
Oh, don't we all,
Plus,
Isabella?
listen to this. Briar Realty wants it sold as soon as possible, and the agent who lands the deal is going to get a huge bonus. They never give bonuses like that. Getting that would make life so much easier. They're desperate, I'm desperate, it's perfect.
A sympathetic look crosses her face.
You know, if you're really in urgent need of money, you could have just asked me. Or Ashton. We can always let you borrow, and you can pay us back whenever.
Okay, but like, ma'am, I appreciate you being nice, but not everyone feels comfortable asking their friends for money. I have to keep myself from groaning out loud. In the years I've known her, I can already tell what to expect when she has that expression.
Becca!
I've noticed that you've been living off instant noodles these past few weeks.
She crosses her arms and grimaces at the thought. Her voice slightly rises as she begins to scold me. Instantly, I'm reminded why Becca excels at teaching boisterous teenagers. Oh, so are we here to visit our friend?
Stop eating junk. They're cheap, but they're not good for you. You'll definitely end up in the hospital if you keep at it.
I eat other things too, or you're not my mom. Oh, here. First choice of the game. Okay, well, you're not my mom sounds a little immature, so I will just go with the
Hey,
other things
I eat
too.
other things too.
I fold my arms across my chest, mimicking her posture and giving her the best frown I can muster, the same one I'd use with my younger siblings when they're being difficult. Instead, she only raises an eyebrow at me.
That's not going to work on me. And I saw it when you were cleaning your flat last week. The instant noodle cups outnumber everything else.
Everything else, you see, that's the key. Everything else means there's other things.
You're just exaggerating. Did you even see what's in my cupboard yet? I'm not just living on instant noodles alone. I've got canned beans, peas, tuna, ham, and even hamburgers in there.
Becca's wrinkling her nose by the time I get to the end of the small list. She even went a little green in the last one. I would have laughed a little at that if I didn't know it would only lead to more reprimands from her.
Aren't those the same ones you won from the grocer's raffle more than a year ago? Oh, I sincerely hope you're checking the date stamps on those things before eating them. I don't want a repeat of last year. In any case, those are still not exactly healthier choices, Belle.
She shakes her head, possibly laughing at some funny, distant memory. When she looks up, I immediately brace myself. More words from her. Sometimes it's better just to let Becca talk until she's out of things to say. You know, we all know someone like that. But when she turns her attention back to me, there is only warmth in her smile.
What am I going to do with you?
Is Becca in love with us? Who knows? Anyways, she says this is more to herself than me. Her voice shifting to something kinder, even motherly, if I'm looking for the exact word.
I hope you know that it's impossible not to worry about you when you're like this. You don't have to keep eating the same thing. Didn't I tell you before? You're always free to reheat my leftovers.
Oh yeah,
Thanks,
that's
Becca. I really appreciate it, but you don't need to keep babying me. You've been taking care of me since after I moved here. You have to take a break sometime. And before you ask again, no. You know I'm not a fan of borrowing money.
See, Isabella and I, very similar people. We don't like borrowing money from other people because then we feel guilty until we can pay them back. And so we'd rather avoid that issue entirely.
And I'm not going to ask you to give me what you earned hard for yourself.
You and your pride. But suit yourself.
Wouldn't really call that pride, but okay.
The offer stays on the table, though.
I nodded in response, if only to get her to drop the topic. But I'm pretty certain I will never take that offer. Ever. It has nothing to do with pride. I've simply seen plenty of times how friendships can take a turn for the worse just because of a few unpaid debts. See, Isabella gets it. I don't want something like that to happen between me and Becca, especially since Becca might die soon. We may argue about a lot of small petty things, but she already feels like a real sister to me. Okay, so they're not in love? Damn. I don't want to lose that friendship over something so trivial. Becca's movements, when she takes a quick glance at something behind me, snaps me out of my
Well,
thoughts.
Enough chit-chat. Lunch is ending, and my students will be back any minute. We can catch up later. Good luck with your clients. You better treat us to lunch or something if you get that sale.
You bet!
You know what? Never mind. With a small smile, she returns to her desk and begins shifting through pages of a rather thick history book. She's probably working on next week's lesson plan. Or trying, at least. Her eyes are distant, and she doesn't seem too attentive to whatever is on that page. Maybe... Oh. As if she heard my thoughts, Becca starts coughing heavily, and her hand hastily goes to her mouth and to stifle the sounds. Oh yeah, she's definitely gonna die this game. Ah, this is precisely why I followed her here. For someone who makes a habit about worrying about other people, Becca sure forgets how to take care of herself.
Hey, you sure you can manage on your own? I mean, you're still a bit feverish.
Yeah, you should not be
hush,
going to
dear.
school sick.
Don't you worry about me.
Especially 2020 or 2021 now. Irresponsible.
I'll
Go
just
home.
drink some medicine and I'll be right as rain.
I've never been to a school where it allows you to just have medicine without going to the nurse first. And even then, they give you some cough drops, but this might be in a different setting, especially since everyone has, like, a slight accent. I think they're British. I level her with a flat look. She has had a cold for a couple days now, something about this strange weather not agreeing with her lately. Or she's possessed, who fucking knows. Despite my advice to take a week off and rest, I found her apartment empty when I dropped by this morning. She even left the medicine her doctor prescribed. God damn it, Becca. Look who's being stubborn now. You can't
shouldn't
say
even be
shit.
working right now.
Yeah, Isabella, I agree. You shouldn't be working right now or giving Isabella shit about her fucking ramen noodles when you are possibly endangering your students of getting sick. I mean, I probably wouldn't be reacting as much had COVID not been a thing, but...
Seriously, you big baby. I'll be fine. For now, just go to work and stop making that Rose girl wait for you.
I agree. Rose is gonna
I'll
be
call
pissed.
you if I still feel bad, and you can come pick me up if it makes you feel any better.
She offers me a reassuring smile, and I can only sigh. Why do I even bother? There's no stopping her when she has decided on something. Defeated, I reach inside my bag to pull out the same bottle of medicine she left earlier. She looks at me warily when I place it in front of her. Unfortunately for her, this is one thing I'm not letting her have her way.
All right, but don't forget what the doctor said. Drink this on time. I'll see you later, okay?
There's an amused gleam in her eyes when she shifts them back to me.
Look who's playing the mother hen now.
Rebecca!
Okay. I won't tease anymore.
I don't know why I'm assuming all the girls in this game are lesbians, but...
I'll make sure to drink it, Mom.
Before I can retort, she casts another look at the clock. I take that as a sign to finally end the conversation and my short visit. With a small wave, I leave her alone to her classroom and her thoughts. I hail a passing taxi to take me to the property as soon as I leave the school grounds. The mansion is some ways out in the countryside, but I have trouble giving the driver direction. Or I don't have trouble giving the driver directions. Apologies. Apparently, everyone in Luxborn City knows of it, including every bit of rumor surrounding the place. In fact, just the mention of its name is enough for locals to give you cautious, sidelong glances. I learned that the hard way the first time I commuted here, and it only boosted my belief that there's something more to the house. Even news of it being renovated and placed back up in the market has caused quite a stir. Thankfully, it died down a few weeks later. The place would have been a lot harder to sell otherwise. I avert my eyes from the window and once the buildings shrink in the distance. We get a glimpse of the countryside soon, although a quick glance at my watch tells me we're still a few minutes away from our destination. Might as well get some work done. Rose did ask me to review the mansion's documents. I already looked them over last night, but you never know when things may go wrong. Life always has ways... Rude. Don't honk at me. Life has ways of messing things up like that. Halfway through reading the papers, my phone rings once again. I pick it up without looking, neatly tucking it between my ear and shoulder. It's probably just Rose again anyways.
Rose?
Oh, nope, that's Ash. Ash is kinda cute, not gonna lie, from what I can see of them. That voice.
Ash.
Bingo.
Hey, what's up?
Just checking if you're still cool later this evening.
You mean that thing with Zach?
Yeah. He even called in the middle of the night just to remind me.
No, don't worry. I didn't forget. I'll be there.
Cool. I'll see you later. What time do you get off?
Around 6 p.m.? I don't know. It's the first day of the Ermengarde Mansion's open house, and we're expecting quite a number of potential buyers. I'll be booked the whole afternoon.
Oh yeah, quite a number of potential buyers for the clearly, obviously haunted mansion that no one in the town trusts. I mean, there'll probably be crazy people to try to buy that, but like, still.
Ermengarde Mansion?
You know, the big Jacobean mansion at Anselm Village? I'm on my way there right now, actually.
On your own?
Yeah, well, Rose is already there, but yeah.
I see. Looks like the scaredy cat finally toughened up.
Shut up!
Ash chuckles, but I can't help but roll my eyes upon hearing it. You know, if the whole game is like fully voiced like this will be wonderful.
I'll see you later. Drop me a call when you're done. I'll see if I can pick you up.
Whatever. Bye.
Stupid asshole. Always teasing me whenever he sees a chance. I'll show him who's tough. Because I'm gonna be the only person to survive. It takes a few more minutes until I finally reach the infamous mansion. I have to admit, the entire property does look wonderful from the outside. Yet, despite all of this, it does nothing to hide that something's just wrong. The surrounding area is unusually silent, and the rustling of the leaves can be heard as the occasional breeze passes. While Anselm Village is just a few miles away, everyone keeps their distance on purpose. Perhaps out of fear of the horror falling under the mansion's curse. Somehow, it makes me feel sad. The lack of immediate human presence makes this place all the more eerie than it has any right to be. If it's uncanny in broad daylight, I can't imagine how this place looks at night.
Are you planning to go inside that place, Missy?
Mind your business. The voice nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Without completely taking my eyes away from the house, I give the driver a confused nod. A beat passes while I wait for him to say more, but his only answer is a non-committal hum. Blatantly, it occurs to me that he must have been waiting for my payment. I mentally slap myself for spacing out and promptly hand him the fare with an apologetic look. I expected him to leave as soon as I paid, but there's a hesitant expression on him, as if something hasn't been said yet.
Is there something wrong?
Look, Missy, I'm sure you've heard what the people are telling everyone about that place. Nobody likes to be disturbed when they're at peace, and I'm pretty sure whatever they say is in their house doesn't want to either. I admit they did a good job fixing it up, but there must have been a reason why even distant relatives of the family who used to own the house never lived in there despite inheriting it. No wonder they wanted to get rid of it.
Maybe they just didn't like it?
You never know.
He drives off after, but what he has said left a foreboding feeling in my gut. What if the fucking taxi driver comes back at the end? He's like, haha, I'm the main villain all along, or haha, I was a ghost this whole time trying to warn you. Wouldn't that be fucking wild? I breathe out a heavy sigh as I approach the house. After hearing enough of the rumors, I should have expected the conversation to take that turn. But I'm already here. Backing out is completely out of the question. It's not like I have a choice anyways. If I want to get that bonus and commission one way or another, I've got to sell this property. Or die trying. The door is ajar when I get to it, however, while my own copy of the keys dangle uselessly in my hand. Rose must have left it open when she arrived. That's weird. We may be the only people here this early, but I've never known her as someone careless. Oh, she's already inside? Ma'am? Oh, cool. We just kind of left the personal paintings inside of the house. That's a wonderful idea. Entering, what greets me inside leaves me gaping. Actually, you know what? On second thought, maybe taking out the personal paintings would piss off the ghosts more than they probably are, so They cleaned every corner, waxed the floor, dusted the antiques, searched every nook, cranny, and crevice, and made it spick and span. Great. Time to piss off the ghosts. For the sake of making the mansion look more enticing to the modern-day lords and ladies. But no matter how hard they try, the mansion still looks as soulless as ever. I wouldn't describe it as soulless, but okay. As though it's gonna eat you alive. That reminded me of that one movie on Cartoon Network. I think it's called Monster House, where it's just like the actual house is alive. I'm so curious what, like, went through the thoughts of the creators to make that movie. Like, how did they get that idea? You know, I'm tired of, like, were they just like, you know, I'm tired of the villains always being, like, monsters or humans chasing teenagers to kill them. You know what I want to kill the teenagers with? A fucking house. And then they made that in a movie. And I think that movie would have been a lot cooler if it was geared towards adults. Imagine that movie, but with, like, an adult audience. That would have been fucking nuts. Anyways, if you ask me, they should have just listened to what other people have been telling them and to leave this place alone. Some things in this world are better left alone, never to be disturbed ever again.
Rose?
I call out.
Rose, I'm here. Where are you?
My voice echoes softly throughout the hallways. Oh, who am I kidding? In a place this big, I don't think she'll hear me no matter how deafening the silence is. She could be all the way on the other side of the property for all I know. Yeah, call her. Quickly, I reach for my phone and dial her number, but...
The number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
Rose might be dead, but there's definitely not Wi-Fi in this place, that's what I know. What do you mean has not been recognized? We were just talking a while ago. It's not like she was eaten by the house, right? What is it up with this eaten by the house? Or, what do you mean, or? Or maybe the ghost did hear us talking and spirit her away. Right? Right? No, Isabella, don't be ridiculous. She was probably wandered deeper into the house and lost signal or something. I dial her number again, hoping the call will connect this time.
The number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
But no avail. Ooh boy. I have a very bad feeling about this.
Rose? If you can hear me, please come out. Come on, Rose! This isn't funny! You know this place gives me the creeps.
No answer. So I know this game, from the pictures I saw on Steam, that the game is going to get, like, very gory at some point, because the art of the page showed, like, someone's fucking feet, but it didn't have skin. And you know what? I love that kind of art. I find it very fascinating. Just, like, art that's, like, it's a lot more gory than what you're used to seeing in day-to-day life. So that's why I'm excited for this game, because I'm excited for the art of this game. The art looks beautiful. But, yeah. I'm really excited to see, like, what horrifying pictures they have so I can, like, stare at it for a while. Because those are just, those kind of pieces are just fascinating to look at. And, you know, really like that. I'm big fan. Big fan. So I'm very excited to see what this game has for me. This isn't gonna work. This place is big. She could be anywhere. I need to start looking for her. I take a deep breath before venturing deeper into the mansion. Taking a couple steps forward, I notice something move above the grand staircase.
What the hell? Rose? Rose, is that you?
You know, maybe we should try going outside and calling her. Just a thought.
Not funny! I'm leaving you if you don't come out! Not coming out, huh? Fine, I'm going.
Okay, that's a lie. She's my friend. I can't really leave until I know she's alright. Growing desperate, I try her number again. Come on, please give me something. Please, Lord. Yes, finally!
Hello? Hello? Rose, I'm here at the mansion. Where the hell are you?
Something's gonna answer and it's not gonna be Rose. Yeah. She doesn't respond. There's also heavy static coming from her side. I sincerely hope it doesn't cut off again before I can get an answer from her.
Rose, come on. Where are you?
A few minutes pass until the static eventually starts to quiet down.
What?
Okay, lit.
The attic? Why?
Crap, it got cut off. Man, do I really need to go up there? With how deep inside the mansion the attic is, there's barely any signal there. No wonder I can't contact her. But why is she there? Out of all the places she could be, she just has to make me go fetch her in the creepiest room of this place. Is she doing this to get back at me for being late? Whatever, I'll just go. The sooner I meet up with her, the sooner I'll feel better about being here. Carefully, I make my way up the staircase. My legs wobble as I mentally curse the fact that I've chosen a real estate instead of picking a career that doesn't involve strange abandoned houses. Upon reaching the top, the grand hallway greets me. It branches out to two major wings of the mansion, east and west wing. There are two attics here, one on each side. The east one have been converted to a storage room of sorts, and somehow I find it least likely for Rose to wander there by herself. Besides, she never did like going into stuffy storage rooms. I head towards the western wing first, where a simple wooden door at the end of the hall opens to a small room. Inside is another set of steps leading to the second attic. Unlike the grand staircase, though, the stairs to the attic are steep and narrow, made of old stones and covered with a thick coating of dust that kicks into the air with every step. Thank God it's still daytime. If it wasn't for the light streaming through the door behind me, I might easily stumble and fall. With how old the place is, there's no light fixtures to illuminate the cramped passage up. You know, maybe a flashlight would have been a good idea? Unless your phone has a flashlight. Why didn't they bother to add one when they renovated? Escapes me. Sheesh. They did it with the rest of the house. A small bedroom welcomes me at the end. Looks exactly as it did the last time I've been here, full of dust, worn out, and faded by time. Odd, I thought they cleaned everything. Did the crew miss this room? Cleanliness, you know what, fuck that word, is the least of my concerns right now. The more pressing matter is Rose. She's not here. You know, this room kinda looks like a prison. Just a little. Was I dreaming when I talked to her a while ago? Did I mishear her? No, it couldn't have been a dream. After all, the creepy ambience of this estate is doing such a remarkable job of making sure I stay alert and awake. I'm sure she said she's here. Is this a prank? Or maybe the phone call was Rose's last message to me before the curse got to her? Shut up, brain, you are not helping. Don't make this scarier than it already is. But if she's not here, then where is she? What the hell was that? That's it. I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving. You must have angered the spirits living here. I knew disturbing this mansion was a bad idea right from the very start. But nobody listened. Be fucking realistic, they said. They think I'm cuckoo because I believe in curses and ghosts and all that. Me and my outlandish backwater country beliefs. I've always strived to be a model employee, but not this time, no. I'm turning back for the sake of my sanity. Briar Realty can find another agent who is more fucking realistic to tour people around this haunted house. Before leaving, I take one last look at the gloomy old room, just to check.
Huh? What's this?
My worries about Rose's whereabouts must have caused me to miss it when I first entered the room. But there's clearly something on the floor. Looks like.
A letter?
Lying on the ground, a couple of inches away from my feet. Out of a sheer curiosity, I leaned down to pick it up. Strange. Ah, the art is so gorgeous, but also, man, that is a terrible idea. I don't recall seeing this the last time I was here. A few days back, me and a few other agents inspected the mansion to prepare for today. I had been the last to look inside the cottage and leave. Inside the fucking cottage? Where the hell did I get that from? I had been the last to look inside the attic and leave, and this certainly hadn't been here before. Someone must have left this in the room since then. Did Rose leave this for me? Was she here a while ago? I couldn't have missed her though, could I? There's only one set of stairs leading to the attic. The letter isn't exactly in pristine condition. In fact, it looks rather ancient. The paper is so thin and rough, I'm worried it'll fall apart as soon as I touch it. But with great care, I open it and read, and what I read shakes me to my core.
What? Oh my god.
Nothing but the words "help me" fills the page, all of it seemingly written with a crimson shaded pen, or blood. That could be blood. Yep, okay, great. Isabella, we are on the same page. I gulp. The same phrase goes on and on until, you know what, we can leave on that until because I need to drink some water. I'm drinking water out of a wine glass. Send this to 5 people or else. Oh, it's one of those fucking spam emails. Jesus.
Send this to 5 people or else. Or else what? Or else what?
As quickly as I can, I scan the back of the paper and peek the envelope to make sure I'm not missing out on a second page. But there's nothing.
No. Oh, please, no.
My hands tremble as dread creeps over me. The room is suddenly getting colder. I need to get out of here. Folding the paper in half, the sight greets me. He next has me frozen on the spot. The feet. The feet. A pair of blood-soaked feet enters my field of vision, covered in gaping wounds with skin eaten away to reveal flesh, bone, and all manner of things that one isn't meant to see. It's too much. All of it is too much. Yeah, too much. Sure, that's how I would describe it. I want to cry, call for help, but the words catch in my throat. My feet won't move. I'm completely paralyzed out of terror. Lord, please help me. I want to look up at this thing. I want to see the art. I need to face it. Whatever these feet belong to, I need to face it. And if I'm going to die, should I save this? Wait, it's too late to save. If I'm gonna die, if they're going to kill me, at least I'll know what my killer looks like. Cold comfort. With a deep breath. Breast? Did I just fucking say breast? Maybe I should just leave. So, with a deep breath, I summon every ounce of courage I have left in me and shift my gaze upward. I really should have saved, but I'm a dumbass. Oh, hi, ma'am. No?
Please, don't hurt me.
Hey, what's up, ma'am? Oh, it's the smile from the fucking the little thumbnail on the computer desktop thing. Good to know where that came from. Without thinking, I scrambled towards the door. I struggle to open it, but it won't budge.
Stay away! Go away! Please, Lord, make it go away!
Why now? Why won't it open now? My heart sinks as reality dawns in. I'm locked in. Locked in with that thing.
Let me out!
Punch it, bitch. I've got to
Please let me out!
just punch the demon. Just punch it. What do you have to lose? Like, really, what do you have to lose? It slowly approaches me as I wrench the door, not violently back and forth. Oh, tap Z? Come on. Come on, I don't want to lose the save. Yes. I was not expecting to press buttons. The door finally swings open, and I couldn't have been happier. Oh yeah, you don't say. Wasting no time, I leap out of the door and don't look back. You know what, let's just jump out the fucking window. What are we, on like the first floor, second floor? My feet pound against the floor, a rhythm with the sound fast beating of my heart. I'm fucking out. Bye, bitch. By the time I run past the hallway and find myself atop the grand staircase, my chest feels so tight it's going to burst. But nothing compared to the feeling of hope the sight of exit gives me. It's gonna be taken away from us, isn't it? Either that or we're going to leave, tell of our friends, like, hey, we need to save Rose, and then walk back in. Racing down the stairs, a breathy laugh escapes me, and my shoe slips and I find myself falling. A fucking Cinderella over here, what? So my back hits the ground and my pain racks my body. My head grows fuzzy and my vision dims as I fight to stay conscious. The feet. Last thing I see are those feet before all I know is darkness. Come on, can I not stare at my own reflection, the fucking thing? Hello, ma'am. A buzz breaks the silence. I start to ruse, pulled into consciousness against my own will. I've never felt this tired before. Is this where I save? That's my journal. Okay. Save. Yes. I know there's multiple endings to this game. I just want to sleep, but the insistent buzzing, poking, prodding isn't letting me. My old mattress may not be the comfiest of places, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't make me any more eager to wake up.
5 more minutes, Becca.
How the fuck did we get back? I swat away at what is nudging persistently at my side. Could I just get a few more minutes of sleep today? I promise I'll work hard once I'm up. A hand slightly taps my cheek, and something cold is suddenly being pressed at the back of my head. Icy sensation slowly spreads throughout the area, giving me an uncomfortable feeling. Okay, so we're not in our bed. Our friends just found us passed out on the fucking mansion floor.
Isabella? Steph, can you hear me?
Is that Rose?
Isabella?
The fog immediately lifts from my head, and at a moment I recognize the voice, my eyes snap open. Looking down at me is Rose, and green hair lady. Another woman loiters beside her, but my attention is too focused on my co-agent who even asks why there's someone else with her. Rose's posture screams worry, although she's keeping a straight face, or trying at least. But I can't help feel bad making her fret. A wave of dizziness washes over me as soon as I try to get up, forcing me to lie back down again. Luckily, the feeling subsides for a few seconds, until only a mild throbbing somewhere in the back of my head remains. The low assistant from Rose, I push myself upright. She hands me an ice pack and gestures for me present where I suspect a small bump has already formed, if the light ache in the area indicates anything.
Alright, Isabella, where are we?
The Ermengarde mansion. Why? Ow, my head.
Ouchie, ouchie.
And the date today?
October 21st? Rose.
Last one. Can you count to 15 in reverse order?
15, 14, 13, 12 teen. No, that's wrong. Why are we doing this?
She's just checking if your injury is in any way serious.
This time, I curiously regard the woman standing beside Rose. It's impossible to overlook her, what with the way she towers over us. And here I thought, Rose is already tall. Who is she anyways? She one of the remaining cleaning crews? Wait, is Rose the one with the green hair? I'm so dumb. I was thinking the one with the black hair was Rose this entire time. But with how primly dressed she is, I don't think anyone would want to clean in a suit with how expensive that suit is that the gloves alone must have already cost a fortune. She's attractive. I don't know who she is, but she's attractive. Her eyes slowly shift between me and Rose, considering us with an almost unreadable expression, before finally fixing a sharp gaze on me. I can't help but fold my arms protectively over myself as she does so. She may be far from a cleaning crew, but she certainly looks like our supervisor during evaluation.
Just do it, please.
I eyed them both warily, but recite everything as she asked. Rose releases a breath of relief once I'm done.
You scared me for a moment there. I was about to call for an ambulance. Are you alright?
Expiration soon replaces the dull ache. The memory's a little fuzzy, but the attic and...
There was someone, Rose. In the attic.
Oh yeah, we're gonna describe them like that. Somebody?
Someone? You mean a client? Oh, that's unlikely. It's probably just one of the cleaning crews. The boss sent a few of them back this morning for some last minute...
No, they didn't have skin.
No, not any of those. They're, I'm not actually sure.
Let's mention the fact they don't have skin, maybe.
Wait, didn't I call you? You said you were in the attic when you answered. That's why I went there in the first place.
Both Rose and the lady look at me like I've just grown another head. Understandably. Or... did I say something weird? Rose quickly casts an apologetic smile at the woman before awkward silence stretches any further. It's her saleswoman smile, the same one she taught me when I was still in her trainee. I should show this to troublesome clients just to avoid trouble in general, she advised. It's also the same one she gives me when I've done something particularly absurd that may cause us to lose a potential sale. Her eyes are serious when she turns back at me. She takes both my shoulders, gently squeezes it, and with as much patience she can muster.
As much as I'd love to have gotten at least a heads up of your arrival, I didn't really get a call from you. You know, signal here is absolutely horrendous. I was in the garden earlier and couldn't even make a single call. Isabella, I'm going to ask again. Are you really alright? What happened?
I don't know. It's all a bit blurry.
Isabella, please communicate.
I remember I was looking for you, but you weren't in the attic. And there's... whoever it is. Then I must have tripped on a rug or something on the way down. Oh no. Do you think someone came in while you were out? You left the main door open. We are so going to get into big trouble if something gets stolen, Rose.
Perhaps it is a concussion.
Are you sure you feel fine? We could still call for an ambulance. I could cover for you.
No, I'm fine. I'm okay, Rose. I can work.
Wait. Hold your horses, Rose. I can't just miss an important sale because of a minor bump on the head. An extremely minor bump. I've had worse when I was a kid. This is nothing.
Besides, if I leave, you'll have to shoulder everything in the open house. Alone. And in a mansion this big?
Well, there's also parts where I may lose that bonus BRC promise, but that's completely beside the point. Rose gives me a skeptical look when I return the cold compress to her and push myself off the floor. I have to use the staircase's railings to steady myself, but otherwise I feel fine.
See? I'm A-okay.
She kind of looks like Aoi from Danganronpa. Especially with the A-okay line. The two of them exchange a worried glance, and Rose assumes a contemplative look. I bite my lower lip in anticipation if she says no.
All right, you in.
A smile threatens a slip from me.
If I see that you aren't feeling well, I'm taking you personally to the nearest clinic to have you checked. Clear?
Clear as day, ma'am. Thanks, Rose.
You insisted. But remember what I said. First sign of you looking not okay, and we're off. No questions asked.
It's just a small bump. Don't worry.
You shouldn't downplay these kinds of things. It could be a serious injury for all we know.
Are you just not going to tell her about the fucking demon that you ran into? Suddenly a small cough sounds against the foyer, interrupting our banter. Is Natsuki here? Or Becca? The woman is looking expectantly at the two of us, her stare is making me shrink back a little myself. She isn't really intimidating. Well, she is. But not in the scary negative way. Far from it, actually. Her demeanor simply commands an air of sophistication and respect. You can just say she's hot, okay? It's fine. We all know she's hot. In a different world, younger me would have probably wished to be like her. God. Does that not sound like the most bisexual thing? Like... Okay, whatever. At the lack of a response, she coughs again, lifting a well-trimmed eyebrow at me in question. Words get caught in my throat at the sight of it, and Rose, as usual, is swift to catch my blunders.
My sincerest apologies, Mrs.
Miss McCulloch. Marianne McCulloch.
Hello. McCulloch. I apologize in advance. It's going to take me a bit to learn how to pronounce your name. She hands Rose her business card. Okay, interior designer. The words interior designer catch my eyes before my partner flips it over. Oh, probably someone interested in the mansion for its 17th century influences then? I won't hold her against her though. Despite her hearsays and remaining uninhabited for years, the mansion's original fittings and furniture have been kept completely intact and restored to pristine condition. I suppose some people find that trip to the past feeling appealing. After all, with what it offers, this place could have been a haven for people looking to live somewhere with a classic historical charm.
Miss McCullough, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos. We're just ironing out a few things, but we'll be starting the tour soon enough. In the meantime, we've prepared some refreshments for you in the parlor while you're waiting. If you could please...
Thanks. There's no need for it, though. I just dropped by for a quick survey of the place. I thought I should check the estate before I meet with the homeowners.
Rose's confusion is impossible to miss when she glances at me, and I return her with an equally perplexed look. And against my better judgment, I blurt out the first question that comes to mind.
I'm sorry. Homeowners?
I should have kept my mouth shut. A flash of irritation crosses her face, but instantly disappears under a mask of professional detachment.
Yes. Hannah, right? She hired me to handle the interior design for their new home.
This is the Ermengarde mansion, right?
It is, but...
She pauses, possibly trying to find the right words to fix the awkward situation without offending someone. Suddenly, Rose nudges me with her elbow. Okay, let's save. We'll check with our supervisor, seems more professional. Those few moments have given me enough time to clear my head of any nervousness or confusion clouding it.
It is, ma'am, but we weren't aware the mansion has already been sold.
What do you mean?
I always flinch when she turns her gaze to me, but I stand my ground. Besides, it isn't like I haven't dealt with awkward situations like this before. I may screw it up at times, but that doesn't mean I haven't heard a thing or two in the 5 years I've worked in this business.
The mansion is indeed for sale, ma'am. Today's the open house, in fact. However, we haven't heard anything from the higher-ups that a deal has already been closed for this particular property. If you'd like, my co-agent and me can check with them right now.
She nods, seemingly in deep thought after I finished. She appears to be a reasonable person anyways. Given the proper explanation, she'd surely understand.
I thought something looked odd. Excuse me, I need to call my secretary.
Thank you for your assistance, Miss Santos.
With a slight wave of her hand, she leaves us. Seems to be the end of it. Both Rose and I breathe a sigh of relief. Disaster averted. I also don't miss the thumbs up when she gives me for doing a good job, and I can't help but swell with pride. Still, I already prepared myself to dial the number of our Luxborn office and check, even if she didn't ask for it. I will be very frustrated if, for some reason, something has already been decided without my or Rose's knowledge. That's a whole new level of unfair. We've been working hard for this. Moments later, Miss Kahlo, Mick, I keep forgetting the Mick. Miss McCullough returns looking a little frustrated but with an apology clear in her face. I feel a little sorry for her having to go through all this trouble.
There seems to have been a little misunderstanding with my client. If you'll allow it, I'd like to stay and wait for them here. I was informed they'll be dropping by for the open house today. I figured it'd be a waste to just leave after that long drive. I might as well meet him here.
Yeah.
Certainly. You could stay at the parlor in the meantime, ma'am. I'm sure it won't be long before our guests arrive. And, Isabella? I left a few documents in my car. You know where I keep those.
Oh yeah,
Can you please get it for me?
just send me out alone. Rose takes a glance of her wristwatch before tossing me a set of
Hurry.
keys.
We've still got a few minutes to double check those papers.
Okay, got it.
The two of them disappear behind the parlor's door. Their departure brings with it a stillness to keep me company, neither welcoming nor comforting. Alone like this, it's impossible not to think of what really happened. I wish the memory isn't as elusive as it normally is. Then again, Rose has already said she didn't receive any call from me. Was it just paranoia? A temporary lapse of having heard all those tales about this place? I don't think that's it. Probably not. I want to think of it as such. Better to think of it as such, so I can work in peace. Except, a small part of my mind begs to differ, and if I am going to be completely honest with myself, I want nothing more than to leave this place as soon as possible. I don't know what's in this house, and I don't want to know. The keys Rose have just handed me to dig into my palm. The keys Rose has just handed me dig into my palm, its jagged edges creating shallow ridges on my skin from how hard I'm clutching it. It's a reminder of what I need to do and why I've taken this job in the first place. Hugging my blazer closer to my body, I exit the house to get what Rose asked of me. Just a few more hours, Isabella. Sell the house, get the money. Or, nah. Okay, cool. Lovely. Flock of people have already gathered in the mansion's front yard by the time we officially open doors. How long have I been playing? Hold on, save. Started at I think this has been an hour. Sure, whatever. So I think I'm gonna end this episode here. This has been fun. I'm excited to see where the story takes us, but for now, I'm gonna leave it here, and let's see how this house decides to kill me and my friends. So I will see you all later. Goodbye.